We're on. Welcome to Microeconomics. I'm your instructor. My name is Brian Evans, and I thought I would just lead you around a little bit so that we all know what we're doing. So, you're at the home page, and read everything down here. And let me just go through a few things on the syllabus that I think are important. So here's the syllabus. So very important. The final exam is in person at Foothill College on Tuesday, the 27th of March at 10:30 in room 5501. If you're not local, you can have an off-campus final. You have to find a proctor, and it can't be your brother or your mother or your best friend. There are some guidelines. You can read about that here. Get the information to me by the end of week 7 to avoid a possible 10% penalty on the final. This because I don't want to be rushing around at the last second trying to confirm your proctors and stuff. So that's that. There is a syllabus quiz due this Friday, the first Friday of class. If you do not attempt that, you will be dropped from the class. So, in general, for all the things, the homeworks and the quizzes, you don't have to wait until the last minute to do them. So I would suggest get started early. And for the homeworks, that will give you time to then go online and ask questions if you have trouble and get help. So it might be, the homeworks are pretty difficult, so I really wouldn't open them up, 30 minutes before they're due. I would open them up a few days before they're due. Okay, the textbook, we're using Colander. This is Colander's macro book, but this is the 9th edition. It looks kind of like this, except it's micro, not macro. It's the only difference, I think. You can use the 7th edition, 8th edition, 9th edition. There's even a 10th edition out now. If you want to spend $200, get the 10th edition. If you want to spend $2, get the 7th edition. So I have reading schedules for all of them, except for the 10th, actually. I have 7th, 8th, and 9th. And there's also a bunch of those on reserve in the Foothill Library, which you can check out for up to 3 days. So that's nice. There's also a free online book that you can use. I have a reading schedule for that one too. And here's the information. So hopefully the textbook is going to be super cheap for you. In general, as you go through the course, I have embedded many videos in Canvas. And I've obviously chosen ones that I think are helpful, but if you find a particular video series helpful, then continue using it. So these are just some good ones that I have found. AC/DC Leadership is very good for the short videos on specific topics. Jason Welker is excellent for the graphs. He really goes into more detail, and they're good, and so on. There are others. Actually, MJM Foodie is one I'm using a lot too. They're fun to watch. They're a little more general. So I think starting with that one and then maybe focusing on one of these two guys if you want more specific detail. Okay. Also, every Wednesday, I'm going to be online, and there is a conference option in Canvas. Let's go back to that. Let's see here. It's over here, conferences. So on Wednesday at 3, I will open up a conference, and I've never done it before, so this is an experiment. But I think you're going to get sent an invite, and then you can join the conference, and then you can ask me questions either verbally or you can text them in, and I'll just answer questions, and I'll lecture, and those will be recorded, and they're viewable for up to 2 weeks, I think. And so let's give that a shot. So this coming Wednesday, the 3rd day of class, I will be there. And if no one shows up, then I guess I'll stop doing them. And if they're not helpful, then I'll stop doing them. But let's see how it goes. So for the moment, Wednesday 3 p.m. If you can be online at that time, I will meet you here, and we'll see what happens. All right. Final exam is half your grade. And that's a lot. You also must get 45% or more on the final to pass the class. So that's kind of my make sure that you are the one doing the work, not your smart girlfriend or boyfriend. There are 5 quizzes. The quizzes are open for 3 days. And within that 3-day window, which goes from Thursday morning to Saturday night, you can take the quiz anytime. And there are 90 minutes per quiz. Once you open it, you have to continue. It doesn't stop for anything. And the questions are drawn from a test bank, so everyone has a unique quiz. There aren't a lot of graphs, unfortunately, on the quizzes for a few different reasons. So, but you should be prepared for graphs on the final. What else is really important to go over? Okay, in general, the only way to earn extra credit is by online participation. So that includes everything. Maybe attending the Wednesday conferences, also asking questions about the homework, helping out others. So ideally, I want you guys to help each other out. The best way to learn stuff is to explain it to others. So I'm going to I often have to refrain from answering questions because I want to let you guys help each other out. So we need a critical mass of people engaged in the homeworks to make it work. Because once it gets going, it's very helpful for those engaged, and it feeds on itself. So again, open the homeworks early. They are hard by design. And ask questions of each other, help each other out. Obviously, you want to not just say, oh, the answer is B. You want to kind of give hints and let people think their way through it. Speaking of that, I think on the homeworks, the answers are shuffled. So your B might be someone else's D. So be careful with that. You got to be a little more concrete about your answers. Anything else? This is all just basically saying online, you have to be self-disciplined to succeed online. So just be very aware of that. If you're working full-time, it's hard. We don't have weekly meetings. Well, we do the Wednesday one, but it's not a traditional class, and so there's not a lot of structure. All right, and then toward the end of the syllabus, I have the reading schedule. So make sure you're going by the right one. This is for the 7th edition, right? And then I have one for the 9th edition, and then I have the online book, right? Okay, if you have any questions, you can message me in Canvas, and to do that, you got to go over to the inbox. Let's see, can I get over there? Yeah, so click on that, and you'll see how to message me. All right, have fun, and see you in class. Bye-bye.